driving the highways. As all of us know, at times it can be frustrating. And there are times when it can be dangerous. But we don't have to take our lives in our hands every time we take the wheel, as long as we're armed with a few simple and sensible rules of the road. The modern limited-access highway is without a doubt one of mankind's most outstanding engineering achievements, a model of simplicity, efficiency, and safety. In fact, over the past 50 years, the development of high-speed freeways and expressways has contributed to a steady decline in the per capita death toll from auto accidents. But though it's true that today's highways have made driving safer than ever before, with better roads and faster cars, when accidents do occur, the consequences can be serious.
Accidents? I drive this route every day, and I see a lot of them.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, it can happen. I've seen it happen. You're cruising along, and then up ahead somebody loses control or hits the brakes too hard, and then whammo!
While some people think that driving the highways is a reckless roll of the dice, the truth is there's a lot you can do to stack the odds in your favor. In fact, highway survival really comes down to a few common sense skills. Safe driving tactics that most of us know, but that all of us tend to forget or ignore.
Let's see, Mountain, Verdugo, Mulholland. That's the one.
For a start, it's a good idea to know where you're going and where you're going to exit before you get on the road.
It's the only way. You'd have to be suicidal to pull out a map in the middle of traffic like this. Look, I'm a salesman, right? Sometimes it seems like I live on the freeways. I'll give you a hint. What I do is before I start out, I make a mental note of where I've got to get off and the names of the last few exits before the one I want. That way, no matter how heavy the traffic is, I can get over to the exit lane.
Okay, that's skill number one. Plan ahead. Pick your exit before you get on the road. The next survival tactic isn't quite so obvious.
Look at this. I'm going 50 and everybody's passing me at 60 and 65. Don't they know the limit is 55?
Not all of us realize that the driver who moves too slowly, forcing other drivers to pass, can be as much of a highway hazard as the driver who goes too fast.
Me a hazard? What about them?
Sure, maybe they're over the limit, but if you're uncomfortable with the speed they're going, try moving to a slower lane.
But they're still passing me.
Let's look at things from up here. See, you're upsetting the whole flow of traffic, forcing cars to bunch up behind you.
So it's my fault?
Well, sometimes to maintain harmony on the highway, you've got to drive a bit faster or slower than you'd prefer to go. Come on, give it a try. There, that's better. As a general rule, fit, don't fight the flow of traffic. Reduce the risk of the kind of conflicts that cause collisions by taking your cue from the cars around you. In short, go with the flow. Which brings us to the business of attitude.
You talking to me? There's nothing wrong with my attitude. But hey, some hotshot like that guy over there cuts me off and he's going to regret it. Want to see how I handle this? I slide up alongside him like this, see? And then I give him the old squeeze play. So he's got a choice. Either he fades back, or he finds me in his front seat.
Right, friend. It's a matter of life and death. If you want to get there alive, give your ego a rest. Survive the ride. Put your emotions aside and keep a cool head.
Okay. Don't tell me. I know the next one. Watch out for the other guys, right? Because you never know what they're gonna do.
Exactly. Watch yourself and the other drivers, because safety depends on all of us. Now take that car up ahead.
The one cutting from lane to lane?
So what do you do in a situation like this?
Me, I ease up a bit until I find out what he's up to. That way, if he causes an accident, I have plenty of time to stop.
That's it. Get the big picture. For safety's sake, constantly monitor what's going on way up ahead, around you, and behind you. Now, how about that guy there? What do you do when somebody's tailgating you?
No problem. See, if I'm driving as fast as I think it's safe to go, I simply pull over and let him go by. I mean, I have nothing to prove. Let him risk his life if he wants to.
Look, I don't know about everybody else, but when it comes to driving, I'm a real pro. See, when I'm at the wheel, I'm in control. Come on, honey, move it, move it. Want to know what the real problem is? It's people who don't know how to drive.
Before you point the finger at the other guy, there's something important that you're forgetting. It's called the 2-second minimum.
How's that?
The point is that no matter how good a driver you are, nobody can stop on a dime. The way cars and people are made, regardless of how fast or slow you're going, to safely stop, you need at least a 2-second interval between your car and the car ahead. That gives you 1 second to recognize the problem and 1 second to react. Now let's see what happens if the driver of that car in front of you suddenly hits her brakes. 1001, 1002. Too late. But fortunately, that was only a test. Now, let's try it again. The idea, you see, is to leave at least a 2-second cushion of space between your car and the car ahead. Think of it as insurance, if you wish. The minimum margin of safety you need to safely stop at any speed. Now, here's how to check if your cushion of space is wide enough. Pick out a fixed object along the road, like a sign up ahead. Then, when the driver in front of you passes the mark you chose, start counting 1001, 1002. If you reach the mark before you finish counting, then you're following too close. In that case, back off until you've left yourself at least 2 seconds of safety space in case you have to stop. There you go. The 2-second minimum. Of course, at night or in bad weather, it's necessary to be even more cautious. Rain and ice reduce the friction between the tires and the surface of the road, and visibility may be drastically diminished. These factors together mean that you'll need more time and space to stop. Instead of a 2-second cushion of space, you may need 3 or even 4. So at night or in bad weather, use extra caution. Widen your margin of safety.
Really, Sharon, sometimes I wonder, is it me or is it her?
The truth of it is that many accidents occur simply because modern cars and highways have made driving too easy.
So I told her she could have the apartment if she wanted it, but Bill and I couldn't be expected to pay her rent. There it is. What is this? Where's my abalone tank? Jail the door! Oh, sorry. Where was I now? Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't,
It would be hard to exaggerate the hazards involved in letting your attention stray from the central task of driving. Stay alert on the road. Highway driving demands all of your attention all of the time, and any distraction, inside or outside of the car, can place you and your passengers in peril. Boredom and fatigue can also contribute to the problem, particularly on long trips. In fact, whenever you're at the wheel, stay alert. Keep your eyes moving across the road. Check your instruments. Roll down the window to get some fresh air. And if you do get tired, stop along the way. Get out of the car, move around, take a few deep breaths, and don't get back on the road until you're rested. But no matter how careful you are, there may be times when trouble suddenly appears on the road, and there's no way you can stop in time. So what do?
First of all, I always keep both hands on the wheel, so no matter what happens, I control the car. And then I pump the brakes. If I tromped on them hard, they might lock into a skid, and this way the brake lights flash to warn anyone behind me. Then I do some evasive driving. Way back there, I picked an escape route, just in case. So now I check the mirror, and then I steer around the problem. That's one nobody has to tell me about. I always pick an escape route, in case something unexpected happens and I have to take quick, evasive action.
Of course, your ability to take effective evasive action depends upon the condition of your car. Worn brake linings, worn tire treads, poor shocks, unevenly inflated tires, they can all cause a car to swerve out of control. To drive safely, you must maintain your car in good repair. As a regular habit, check your tire pressure, the shock absorbers, the coolant level, the lights and mirrors, and the condition of the belts and hoses. And by the way, there's one belt that no one can afford to forget.
Sorry, I usually wear it. Really, I do.
We've heard that before. But consider the hard facts that in the case of a crash, your odds of survival are 10 times better if you've invested the few seconds it takes to buckle your safety belt. And that goes for passengers as well as for drivers.
Oh no. Now what? What am I gonna do?
The first thing to do, remember, is to keep a cool head. Switch on your emergency flashers. Then, when the way is clear, merge to the right. Whenever you change lanes, switch on your turn signal indicator, check your rear view and side mirrors, and glance over your shoulder to check the blind spot before you move. Okay, now, when the traffic permits, pull over safely onto the shoulder and park your car as far as you can from the flow of traffic. When you get out of the car, use the door which is farthest away from the traffic. Then open the hood. If a call box is available, use it to summon help.
Hi, I'm at callbox 220. Yeah, and I've got a flat tire.
And then wait in a safe place, well away from the traffic, until assistance arrives. If you must leave the highway on foot, it's safest to head for the last exit back, facing the traffic as you walk. But never, repeat, never attempt to cross a highway on foot. After dark, if you're a woman alone, stay in your car. Roll up the windows and lock the doors. If a stranger stops, keep the windows rolled up and ask him to summon assistance. Then, wait in your car for a patrol car or a service vehicle to arrive. When the problem's been taken care of, signal your intentions. Look for a gap in the flow of cars, and then, when it's safe to do so, smoothly merge into the slow lane of traffic.
Nothing to it.
That's right. Highway driving is easy when you're armed with a few simple and sensible survival tricks. Remember them all? Well, let's run through them again.
Let's see. Mountain, Verdugo, Mulholland, that's the one.
Number 1, plan ahead.
So it's my fault.
Number 2, go with the flow. Number 3, keep a cool head.
Me, I ease up a bit until I find out what he's up to.
Number 4, get the big picture.
What's that?
Number 5, remember the 2-second minimum and abide by it. Number 6, at night or in bad weather, widen your margin of safety.
Really, Sharon, sometimes I wonder, is it me or is it her?
Number 7, stay alert at the wheel. Number 8, just in case, always pick out an escape route in advance. Number 9, maintain your car in good repair. Number 10, in the event of a breakdown on the road, pull over safely onto the shoulder. And of course, always remember to wear your safety belt. What it comes down to is a combination of attitude and technique. The technique to control your car effectively, and an attitude at the wheel that is cool, calm, and alert. It's really pretty simple. By remembering every day to practice these few fundamental highway driving tactics, we can all get where we're going swiftly and efficiently, while enjoying along the way the smoothest, safest ride of our lives.